Okay, again, we're going to move on now, and this pattern is called the Belgrade, probably named for the Belgrade Lakes region of Maine. Very, very similar in its appearance to the famous Parmachene bell that was invented in the 1880s. Just another very beautiful fly, incorporates a couple of different techniques, and I'd like to show you those now, so we'll get started. Got the white tying thread for this one because the body is yellow wool or fur, or dubbing, and I prefer to use the dubbing on it. And again, it's a pattern with a married tail and a married wing. There's no tip on this one. It does have a little chenille butt, which is a slightly different ingredient. So we're back again now to the red and white duck. Here again, you can see the part of this that I've used, obviously for wings. This soft stuff down in here, I reserve for using in the tails. Tail on this one is scarlet and white, and that's in order. The Parmachene bell actually has the white on top and the red on the bottom. Not that anybody knows the difference, but I usually will put the red on top in this one because it's kind of what it called for, and then with the white wing with a married stripe actually gives it a little different appearance too, you know, a little bit more of a contrast in the middle. This section here, I don't really have this single barb of red, so I'm going to have to take my tail piece from here and from there, and I definitely want to maintain a uniformity of texture. I would like to just take a minute now and show, though, this bottom section of this pair has not been trimmed at all. This stuff here usually gets in your way, and these shorter sections are of no use anyway, so you would want to get rid of those. They're too soft, you know, just to even be used for tails. So what we've got left now are nice, soft fibers that if I were tying whole section quill tail or a married tail, that I could use those. Since this has the white on the bottom and the red on the top, I'm going to go ahead and snip these. I'm going to take the white out of the top of this section, snip those out again, 2 barbs. This ends up meaning that the whole tail has 4 barbs of the fibers in each one. Now I've only got 1 over here, so I'm going to take, and these will be soft enough. They're a little further up on this feather, but they'll be soft enough that I can marry them together. All right, so now I've got white barbs here snipped out and red ones here. We pull out the white, and again, positioning very near the tip. That's your control point right there. And bring the red one in place, pinch, pull that out. There's no way that these can get twisted, turned upside down, rolled over sideways. It's almost, I actually said quietly to some of my classes, but I'm going to go ahead and say it here, married wings for morons. So it's a very easy way to pull these out. You're not laying down these tiny little slips, you know, where just the sigh of exasperation can send them off into the clutter of your tying table. And it just keeps very much things under control, which is kind of what you want when you're doing some tying of this type. Now I'll show you something here. I believe, if I had a magnifying glass I could be certain, but I think I have 3 barbs on the top of the red, so we're going to get in there. Yeah, there's definitely 3. We'll call that one out. You want these to be of uniform width. Fish wouldn't care, but I certainly do. If you're tying presentation or flies that you want to put in a frame, you should do the best that you possibly can. I don't believe that any fly tyer should be satisfied with less than the best of their ability. Again, a proportion on this equals 1.5 times body or equal to shank length, and that's from the tie-in point. Some tyers will misjudge tail proportions by going beyond the bend of the hook. So, and you can also use your scissors as a caliper.